Reinforced and powerful, Rhino is a frame that bolsters sheer force and brute strength, able to hold an entire squad of foes. Now, as always, before anything, I need to give my disclaimer. Builds for frames or weapons in these videos won't work for everyone. Experiment with mods and see what works best for you. The information in this will be based on the current version of the game as of the making of this video, so if something seems outdated, it's most likely because it is. Okay? Let's charge in. Rhino, as far as stats go, is among one of the more bulky frames, boasting a high amount of health and shield and a respectable armor amount, though suffers from a low energy pool. Rhino's passive ability makes Rhino create a shockwave when landing from high enough up onto the ground, causing a small amount of damage to enemies. An ability one would expect given the frame's namesake. Rhino Charge causes Rhino to charge forward some meters per second. Any enemies hit by the charge will take damage and will be ragdolled. If Rhino Charge is cast repeatedly, this will increase the damage, charge range, and reduce the energy cost. This can be stacked up to 4 times and will be kept if Rhino Charge is recast. Ironclad Charge, the augment, causes Rhino's armor to be temporarily increased for each enemy hit by Rhino Charge. Just when you thought a tank couldn't be even more of a tank, Iron Skin creates a layer of skin that acts as a buffer that protects Rhino from all incoming attacks. Upon activation, Rhino is invulnerable for a short time. All damage absorbed during this short time is converted into health for Iron Skin. While Iron Skin is active, Rhino is immune to damage, knockdown, and status effects until it is depleted. Iron Skin can even protect Rhino from damage that would normally bypass shields such as toxin damage. Having Iron Skin active while using Rhino Charge will have a 100% status chance for blast damage effects. Iron Skin's augment, Iron Shrapnel, allows for Iron Skin to be detonated, unleashing an AoE attack that deals a portion of its remaining health as puncture damage. For when you want to do even more damage, Roar generates a strength buff to both Rhino and allies in a radius, increasing damage from all sources. Piercing Roar, the augment, grants Roar to inflict knockdown and puncture procs on enemies and allows Roar to be recast. Enough brute force to suspend enemies in stasis. Rhino Stomp creates a shockwave around Rhino that lifts enemies in the air and suspends them in stasis for a short time, leaving them open to all attacks. This ability can be recast. However, enemies that are still affected won't have their stasis duration reset. Using Rhino Charge on enemies affected by Rhino Stomp increase the damage caused by Rhino Charge by 100%. Rhino Stomp's augment, Reinforcing Stomp, replenishes Iron Skin's health for each enemy affected by Rhino Stomp. Modding Rhino can go in several ways. Flow or Prime Flow can increase Rhino's small energy pool. Strength mods such as Intensify and Blind Rage can increase the damage by Rhino Charge and Rhino Stomp, while also increasing the total amount of damage absorbed by Iron Skin and the damage boost of Roar. Duration mods such as Continuity and Constitution can increase the duration of Roar and Rhino Stomp and increase the duration of the combat window for Rhino Charge. Range mods such as Overextended and Stretch can increase the range of Roar and Rhino Stomp while increasing the distance and impact radius of Rhino Charge. My build for Rhino goes as follows: Energy Siphon for the aura, Quick Thinking as a failsafe, Prime Flow to increase the small energy pool, Prime Vigor to increase health and shield, Prime Continuity and Constitution to increase the duration of Rhino Stomp and Roar, Intensify to increase the damage of Rhino Charge and Rhino Stomp, while also increasing the damage absorbed by Iron Skin and the damage boost by Roar, and Streamline to decrease the energy cost of abilities. Here are ways to use Rhino in combat. Set up with Iron Skin and Roar, then use Rhino Stomp to suspend enemies in stasis, and Rhino Charge at any enemy you can reach for extra damage. And with that concludes our look at Rhino. Next we'll be looking at the final of the original 8 frames, Trinity. So if you don't have anything for that, leave a comment and I might feature it in the next one. Just remember, when you need a tank and want to deal massive damage, Rhino is the wrecking force you need. Until then, stay tuned, Tenno.